The Mennonite people have been gathering in Kitchener for worship since the 1800s on what is now the site of First Mennonite Church. This vibrant congregation has changed over the past decades. Once a congregation of rural farmers, they're now an urban congregation heavily involved in a multicultural worship community. They remain open to God's direction and God's leading.
In the mid-'80s, when the war started in El Salvador, many people came to this area, and then they made a connection with First Mennonite.
This congregation has been open to God bringing people of various ethnic groups together for worship.
Perhaps it has something to do with where we are, near the downtown, but it's not as though the congregation decided at some point, we want to see how many different ethnic groups we can attract here, but people come, and we seek to be welcoming and include them in the life of the congregation. It's exciting for us to be part of God's work in breaking down the barriers between people of various languages and cultures. Scripture says, the barriers will come down between Jews and Greeks, male and female, slave and free, all people.
When you travel by land, of course, you are pretty much aware of the surroundings, different divisions, or whether counties or municipalities or properties. But when you travel in a plane at that altitude, you have like an overview of the entire community, human space. And from that distance, you don't see those barriers. And so everyone down there is part of the common human experience that we have.
So we have Anglo and Hispanic people in the congregation, as well as Sudanese people, and there are Eritrean people who have a congregation that meets at First Mennonite as well, just as a Hmong congregation met at First Mennonite back in the 70s and 80s.
It's exciting to be a part of MCEC. On any given Sunday, we're worshiping in 13 different languages in our community of congregations. Each language is different, but we're worshiping the same God. When I'm in a congregation, I encourage them to look beyond the front door, to look outside their walls, into their community. How can they share God's peace and love in their community and be a blessing? A number of our churches have connected with new Canadians. It's amazing how MCEC is changing. 16% of our churches are now first-generation congregations. This is an amazing opportunity for existing congregations to build relationships with new churches. A two-way relationship like this is a powerful blessing for each of the congregations. A church's work is never done. God is always one step ahead of us, looking for new ways to bless our world. It's up to the church to listen and to ask, where is God at work now? Then it's up to us to act.